Hello YouTube, Trinity here, giving you guys a deck profile on my 14th place Megidramon deck that I took to the store regional last week. I think it was Top Deck Games. I had to double check, Tabletop Games. God, I had the store name when I started this video, now I'm blanking because it's been a very long day. Anyway, without further ado, I got 14th place, honestly. This deck performed very well, especially because, I'll be honest, my friend asked me last minute, and I was taking a little small break from Digimon. I didn't have, because of the World Convergence set was a worldwide release, I didn't have as much testing going in this set as I had in previous formats, playing online on Untap, especially because I was more focused on another game. I was trying to catch up on Yu-Gi-Oh! And my friends are really into Union Arena, so I've been trying to get into that. So I had a lot less testing than I was wanting for this format. But for my first store regional and my first Digimon event at a local kind of store in like 2 years IRL, placing 14th, I feel like I did really good, especially going into this format blind with a very untested Megidramon deck. And going away from it, I learned a lot more about this. I went in blind. I only had like 7 games of testing. Not even matches, just like singles on like a couple different games. Very limited testing. I just took like, I was either this, Royal Knights, or Galactic. And I was thinking, I was really leaning towards Galactic, but I was like looking around and I saw a lot of people playing Royal Knights, and I'm like, I don't know. Because Galactic doesn't have a great matchup in the Royal Knights overall. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, no, I'm going to take Megidramon. I'm just trying to swing fast. I don't want games to go too long. I don't want to get a double loss in time. And we're just going to try to OTK and see how I do. If I scrub out, I scrub out. I ended up doing really decent. I got 14th. My matchups were my first round. I fought the Mirror. I lost game 1, but I learned from it, and I ended up winning 2-0. Then I fought Armor Rush, and I lost game 1 because I hit like a double Davis and like another. No, it was Davis and like Armor Digivolve and Security, and he just had a really good opening, and I got Rust, and I OTK'd him in game 2. I swung Megidramon at his Digimon. At Armor Purge, and end of battle, I killed his board. And then I ended up just like chipping him, and he couldn't re-establish, and I ended up winning. And in game 3, I think I would have won if I had, instead of going into a War growlmon to try and draw, I should have just played the scramble for 2 and passed, even though he was going to go to 3. Because then he would have Megidramon my growlmon back to hand. I would have still been able to pop, and I would have had the level 4 to finish the game on the clapback. And it was just like, those early games were just me testing the deck and trying to figure out all the lines because I wasn't experienced. But after messing up, I really started to understand the deck, and I ended up 2-0ing Royal Knights in round 3. Then I fought Gallantmon X in round 4, and I lost game 1 because I didn't see a rookie, and I couldn't establish, and I was getting chipped, and I just ended up scooping to save time. And then I won game 2, and we had a very close game 3. The girl was really cool. Shout out to them. I really learned a lot in that matchup as well. Then round 5 was awful. I fought into blue base Gallantmon X, which I had never seen before, and was my first time. I thought, oh, Seatramon's near the top tables? That's pretty cool. Not really concerned in this matchup. And then all of a sudden I got hexablau, and I'm like, well, that's fun. And I went through my entire deck with like this much cards left, trying to draw the out, which unfortunately I was only on 1 because I didn't have 2 copies of this. This is the only thing I could think of that would out it. I don't actually own Medieval Gallant currently. It was in the mail, or I'm supposed to be getting one soon when January comes out in the special set. And I want to pick up more for Vortex, but I don't have any Medieval Gallants right now because they're like 90, and I haven't been able to justify buying it. I don't want to buy it for 90. The card's insanely powerful. If I had it, I'd be running it, at least as a one-of. But I got cooked by it. Game 2, I got killed by Gallantmon X, and I really learned what blue-base Gallantmon was all about. I had no experience in that matchup and got curb stomped. I didn't see a level 4 in game 2. I probably could have established in 1 if I saw a level 4. I went through my entire deck, and it just didn't see level 4 until it was too late. And then finally, last round, I fought numemon, and I 2-0'd it, but game 1 was incredible. They ruined mode me and hit me with Shadow Serafi, and I still managed to pull through just barely because of a scramble. It was a really fun event, and honestly, I'll probably do a second deck profile with some of the edits I plan to do going forward, but this is the deck list that got me 14th place going in blind. So without further ado, that was the recap. Here's the deck profile. We're starting off with the eggs. We have 4 copies of promo Digimon. This card is on deletion. You can add back a Gallantmon or growlmon from this text to your hand. And he's adorable little virus he is. Look at him. He's so pretty. Next, we'll move on straight to the Megas. 4 copies of the homie himself, the meme, the myth, the new goat, the legend, Dark Hole Dragon. I mean, Megidramon. As effect is, you may Digivolve on a growlmon. It's named for 4 cost. It has security attack +1. End of attack, delete this Digimon and all Digimon. And on deletion, you may play a growlmon or a guilmon from your trash. For every 10 cards in each player's trash, add 2 to the maximum play cost. And then that's it for there's no Megidramon X, so we play 1 copy of each gallantmon. After playing this format and after doing the event, I learned that these 2 are really clutch, especially in mirror matches, especially going into Gallantmon X. And if I had more copies, like extra, if I had more copies of this, I'd probably run it. Or if I had another one of this, I'd run it. Because if I had 2 of this, because my out was in the last security. So if I just had this, I could have killed the hexablau and maybe established. I probably would bump this up by 1 more going forward. Or I'm going to try to do that. And maybe a medieval gal as well. So I might just run 8 megas. I'm going to try to experiment with that a little bit. And I'm going to change around the option cards. Because I was under the impression that Gravity Crush was at 1 for some reason in my head. Even though it's not. But I only had 1 anyway. And I just kind of threw it in there. Just to fill up a slot. Because I knew it would be really strong. And I saw it every game. So that was nice. I just drew into it. Either I drew into it or I hit it off analog. So eventually I saw it. But yeah, that's it for the Megas. This one's a heal and a blocker and raid. And a lot of the time, these were completely free play in the Gallantmon and the mirror match. And just a lot of matchups in general. These are just free played a lot of the time, which I was really liking. So I might bump them up. I saw some lists recently running more than 2 of each. And I'm going to try and experiment. But this is what I'm on right now. Next, we're on 2 of the best card. Or growlmon X Antibody. This card actually was coming in clutch a lot, and I was able to establish it twice. And it really helped me make a comeback against Gallantmon X. But it's inheritable, security attack +1, and then when Digivolving with an X Antibody or growlmon sources, delete something of 10k or less, and Digivolves for 1. Just the extra security attack, and be able to delete and trigger the Digimon that I designed was really clutch, especially in the Royal Knight matchup. Not the Royal Knight matchup, but the mirror match, plus the Digimon that I designed came up. No, it did come up, I think. I killed a numemon. Trying to remember, it's been a week. And then the best card in the deck, obviously, you run 4 copies of War growlmon. This card is insane for an uncommon. On deletion, inheritable, trash their opponent top security. It has raid retaliation on Digivolving your trash top 2 cards. And then when attacking, you can Digivolve into Chaos Gallantmon or Megidramon in your hand for reduced cost of 1 for every 10 cards in player's trash. We're obviously going into Megidramon off this. But you could go into Chaos Gallet if there was a good Chaos Gallet. Sadly, there's not. I used to like playing Chaos Gallet in like BT6. But yeah, we haven't really gotten a great Chaos Gallantmon. Come on, Bandai. Bandai, give us a Chaos Gallet. We got a good Medieval Gallet, and we have 2 really good on-play Gallantmons. Give us a good on-play Chaos Gallantmon coming up. Come on. In the EX villain set. I would love that. Even if it's just like a rare, just give us something that's really good for Megidramon. You're going to hit the deck anyway. We all know what you're going to hit. Next, we're going to run 1 copy of growlmon. I'm thinking about bumping this to 2. I have another one lying around in my bulk somewhere. But there was one game where I actually, because it's at 1 and I never use it. There was one game, the game against numemon, I had the ability to use the attack to get X security and chip him for the extra damage and finish him that turn. It didn't cost me the game because I still killed him anyway with the next swing because I had played 2 guilmons. But I could have killed him faster. I just kind of forgot to kill my other guy because I was expecting it to die. 2, because it hit a tamer or something. I forgot what exactly it was, but I just forgot about it because I never get to use this inheritable because it's a 1-of. So I'm going to bump it to 2, but it's nice to have the extra security attack. And it was weird that it came up specifically then. I'm probably going to bump this to 4 because I feel like it's going to get banned. This card's insane. growlmon X Antibody. This card is the MVP of growlmon and Gallantmon decks in general. That shout out goes to his twin brother over here as well. Let me pull him up. EX4 guilmon. These 2 together. Yeah, these 2. One of these 2 got to go. The amount of dumb stuff that I did, the dumb thing that I did to the Royal Knight player, because I had so much memory because of Royal Knights, and he just passed me for a lot because he just had to. It was the best play he had. I was looping these over and over, and there was one time where I was like, all right, play this, it gains rust for the turn, go into growlmon with training, go into this, swing, okay, I died, play it back, go into growlmon, play this, swing, oh, it died. It was dumb. It was dumb. I kept crashing in the megas, and I kept playing it back out and just chipping him, and I was like, this is kind of dumb. Like, honestly, kind of dumb. And even then, like, that's not even the best part, because he plays a guilmon on deletion, but it also is like draw one more and trash one card, so you get the filter stuff. So if you didn't have the guilmon that rusts and trash, or you didn't have the right number, you still just get to add one more and get the guilmon in there. And its inherited effect is good too, because you get the gain of memory when you delete something. This card is crazy. I only had 3, so I just kind of built this out of the bulk I had, but it still did really good, and honestly, I'm improving it further after this. But next, we're running 4 copies of the new hero. Well, he's not a hero, he's a dark dragon, but, you know, the new set from heroes. War Convergence, on deletion, gain of memory. When digivolving, trash top 2 cards, or if you didn't delete Digimon 4K. This man was killing Ukelmons all day. He was killing Ukelmons and numemons. Insane card, honestly, and the deletion effect is really good. Next, I'm running 3 copies of Guilmon X. I want to run 4. Again, this was just kind of a rust job deck. Kind of took the first list I saw and went with it, and what I had lying around to make it work. It did, but it outperformed more than my expectations. On play, when digivolving, reveal top 3, add a card with gallantmon or X antibody in Checkster's hand, and then inherited effect, delete, gain of memory, same as growlmon. So if you delete something, you gain a memory. Next, we're running 4 copies of the best card in the deck. You could run 3, but ironically, this card was coming up all day. Also, I did run into a lot of mirror matches, so mirror matches including the growlmon X, the gallantmon X, and Megidra I fought. So it was really nice coming up. So just having rush and just being, this is like the finisher of your deck. So just having 4 and being able to see it is so valuable. Then I'm running 4 copies of the best guilmon. On play, discard a card and draw 2. My cat just came down to say hi. Please excuse her. And then inheritable on deletion, gain a memory. This card is insanely good. Next, we'll move on to the options, which is going to take the biggest change, and the tamers. But I'm probably going to. So I saw East's video today of what gallantmons are looking like now. I'm going to use that as heavy inspiration, but I'm going to lean away for. I'm still going to run analogs, and I'm still going to run more copies of tamers I designed. But I am going to take a lot of it as inspiration, and I do want to add more copies of Gravity Crush going forward. With that further said, we're going to do 3 copies of the Digimon I designed. This card was an MVP of the entire day. I love this card. I never got the security effect off, because every time I saw it in security, it was trashed by an effect, which is just ironic. And when it wasn't trashed, I just didn't get it. I just drew them all, so it is what it is. And then, yeah, 3 copies of the Digimon I designed, just a good filter. Then 3 copies of Training, just a good card. Add a purple card to your hand, reduce Digivolution card. Then, funny thing is, me and this Megidramon, both with this simultaneously. 4 copies of Purple Memory Boost. Probably one of the things I might change, but I think I really liked it just to be able to dig deeper in my deck and find the pieces and get the extra memory to push. But ironically, me and him both whiffed, and it was hilarious because I ended up hitting a bunch of options, and he also did. So it was just really funny. And then 2 copies of Scramble. I'm probably going to keep this at 2. There were so many games where I was about to deck myself out. Just how fast I was going through the deck and how aggressively. Even decks I was trying to OTK against, some people were just able to establish defensively. And I actually would have decked, because of the Ruin mode and the Shadow Serafi in the game against numemon, I actually would have lost game 1 to deck out if I didn't just play 2 and pass with Scramble. Because I wasn't even thinking. He was like, I'm like, oh, I can't kill here. You're gonna live on 0 security, and I'm trying to think like how I can survive. And I'm looking at my hand, and this answer's right in front of me, and I'm just overthinking because like it's the last round, and I'm exhausted. And he's like, "You got to scramble," and I went, "Oh my god, wait." And I thought about it. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's the answer's right in front of me." And I felt so bad because he told me it, and I was actually just thinking about. I was thinking about it was either scramble or analog, but there's no reason to analog. I'm like, there's got to be an out here. Because my hand was looking like something like this, like double scramble, this, a couple Digimon, and I was like, the only answer is this. So I'm like, the only answer is scramble, right? And I was trying to like double read scramble just to make sure I could do it. I was pretty sure, but I never get honestly, sometimes I just have the scramble for the evolve, and I don't really get to use it as much as I want to. So sometimes I just forget exactly when its timing is. But like scramble is just insanely good. And then one of the best cards that clutches me so often, one copy of Calling from Darkness. This card actually clutched me in the mirror because I was able to kill my Digimon, and then so I was rush playing because we were in time. It was last turn, so I tried to I was like free play this. So like you have a Digimon, I'm like, wait, I'm sorry, my bad. Calling for Darkness for 1, go to 0, then free play. And like, oh yeah, that gets it. I'm like, my bad. I forgot that the stipulation is I can't have a Digimon because I'm not a big Gallantmon player. I'm sorry, I'm a meta seep a little bit. I'm kidding. I've played Gallantmon since day 1, but I just forgot because it's been so long. One copy of Jack Raid because Jack Raid obviously is an insanely good card. One member for every 10 cards in the trash. It's limited to 1. And then 1 Gravity Crush, because I thought I only had the 1. And I just kind of threw it in there as a filler. Because I knew it would come up. It's just a really good card. I want to run 4 of this, but it's going to definitely get hit. So, honestly, even at 1, it was just really good. So, that just goes to show how broken these 0 memory cost cards are. They're just insanely valuable. So, even if it hits to 1, it doesn't really hurt this deck. And then 4 copies of Analog. This is why both Gallantmon players' stuff was live. It was also my fault, but it was like a double-edged sword. But I also liked this card so much throughout the day. It was helping me choke back so much and dig into pieces because I just wasn't seeing my line. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Megidramon was a lot of fun. I did a lot better than I anticipated. And going forward, you can definitely expect that Bandai will probably hit the War Growlmon X to 1, if not the guilmon. If this deck continues to be a problem, I highly expect it to be this one. But I could also see them hitting both. Like, these 2 cards are just insane. I always knew this guilmon was good, but the fact is this Growlmon makes it so much better, and this card is doing so much. It's filtering for you. It's making you a body on deletion. It's floating. And it's such a credible card, especially in the mirror matches. Don't sleep on this card. This card is insane. Everyone knows. This is what's carrying this archetype right now, in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Be a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.